Where are you?
I'm standing on a big plain of. It's almost like a prairie or something. It's no only grass as long as my eye can see. And no trees, no brushes, nothing. Just grass waving in the wind. And the sun is high above me.
Very nice. And I want you to look down. Are you standing on the grass?
Yes, I am.
And what are you wearing on your feet, or what does your form look like down there?
I wear no shoes. I'm barefooted, and I really my feet is in the grass. So I can't see them, but they are. I can see my legs are thin, and
Very nice. And just look up your form and see what you're wearing and hold your hands and see what they look like.
I am. I have those three fingers, long fingers, and a thumb, and my arms are really skinny, but it's almost like a blue tone on my skin. Is I'm not white, I'm not brown, I'm blue.
Very nice. And what about your head? How does your head feel?
Big and bald, no hair, no facial hair, not even eyebrows.
Very nice. And look up into the sky and tell me, what does the sky look like?
It's very sunny and the sky is light, intensive blue, almost like you're watching a surface on the sea. And it's something is up there flying around.
And let it come into focus and see what it is flying around.
I think it's spaceships that they fly in synchronicity, almost like they're putting on a show or something. They're coming down now to a lower level, and they move together as they are one. It moves horizontally very fast and up and down, and always, and can it also turn around like a somersault, and they're moving perfectly synchronized.
And how many of them are there?
There are 8 in front of me, and there are another 4 at the further away in the background.
Very good. And while they're there in front of you, I'd just like for you to look behind you and tell me what is behind you.
It's the same grass, but there's a lot of it's very bright light coming down on this grass, so it's almost reflecting back this light from the grass. And the grass is not deep green. It's very. It's almost like it dried out a bit and turning to yellow.
Oh, very good. And just go ahead and face the ships again and tell me what happens after. Do they land or are they just hovering?
There's one that is coming closer, and I think that one is going to land. Several of them just shot up into the sky really fast. And whoosh, they're gone.
And that leaves how many close to you?
There's three still in the proximity of me, and one is closer to me.
And I believe, how do you feel? What do you think is going to happen? Is someone?
It's almost like I'm waiting for that to happen. I think someone is going to come out and talk to me.
Oh, very good.
But it's descending really slow, almost like a leaf falling down or a feather falling down to the earth, but straight down.
Excellent.
I hear a, a noise it's some kind of hissing noise, like almost like a sound from a snake or something. Yeah, they landed now, and there's like two flaps on the side of the ship is folding outward. Yeah. And I can see entities inside. There's almost like a windscreen, but surrounding all of the ship, or 360 degrees around. So I see someone's moving around in there. So there's several individuals there. And they're waving at me.
Oh, very nice.
And this hissing sound is strange. It's not loud in any way, but it's affect me. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's giving me feelings and images.
What type of images are flashing?
It's going very fast, but I can see images of something out in space that are almost like they are shooting at each other with light beams. And
So let's slow the images down, magically slowing the images down. You know someone's coming, but you're focused on the images that are being, and you can see them nice and clear in real time. And just describe the scene.
there's someone coming out now.
Oh, very good.
He's very extraterrestrial, like not a gray one, but a tall, light one with big slanted eye, small mouth, but I can see he's smiling, and he's holding his hands out. It's like he want to greet me, and he do that. And I took his. I put my hands around his arms, lower arm, and he does the same. And I feel the energy flowing between us, and he's saying, "Thank you for clearing all that up." And I ask why and what to help with that. To help with that situation that was occurring in that part of universe, galaxy, this part of galaxy.
Is that what you were seeing in the flashes, or is he speaking about what you're doing here on the earth?
No, no, that was the images I got that flashes by.
And how were you able to help with that?
I was in there immediate between two different races that was in not directly war, but they have this
Conf-
disagreement between them, and it just rose up from a total misunderstanding. So I went in and talked to both parties, and with others also. It was like this council that I've been on sent me out like a messenger, and I was there with others too. I think you were there also.
Ask him, was I there?
Yes, you were. You were there to show them another way to exist in peace together. Yeah,
So we're,
we did a combined effort to resolve that problem.
and who was that problem? What was the name of those races or the species that were in conflict?
He doesn't say, but he showed me the features, and they almost like they are in some kind of insect, almost like a locust or a grasshopper or like something like that.
Like a praying mantis?
I don't know about that.
Just some type of insect. Okay, insectoid.
Yes,
Were both of the races insects?
yes, they are from the beginning are from the same species, but develop a little differently because they separated thousand of years ago. So that's why also the conflict arose, because they are really close, but I still think they are separated from each other, but they are not. They are uh, they are the same, and they have the same thought about existence and reality, but they couldn't agree about the best way to cooperate.
Understood.
This,
And
this was about, he telling me it's 12,000 years ago. And I wonder why he's showing me this now.
so, and all right, and so, and what does he say? And ask him, why is he showing you now? And what was his association with it, or its association? I'm sorry, I don't.
He was the one that transported us to that space and time from this council, and he was almost like a chauffeur, but he was also involved through the council to having this role. And he's showing this because it's have a relevance for what we're doing. We're doing the same thing today to try to enlighten people to what is important and not keep on with these conflicts over and over again. So it has that relevance.
Understood. And which particular council is this that we are involved with?
This one is placed in the physical place of the council or in our galaxy,
Oh, very good.
but they are originating out of several different places in the universe.
And does this particular council have a particular number of? Um,
There are usually 11 members in this council from 11 different races and species.
so your race and my race are two different races. Is that correct?
Yes,
And what race is Hank involved with, or Henry? What have?
you are in this timeline existing on a water planet that is, yeah, is a planet is covered in water, and you are the species of some kind of whale or something.
And what about you then?
I'm coming from somewhere beyond Orion constellation on some planetary system there that is not known now for the scientists. They will find this out when they keep on looking for orbiting planets around stars.
Understood. And what type of species are you? Well, you said I was a whale, some type of whale on a
Yeah.
water planet, and you were
I'm just an ET, if you can call it like that. I'm a,
the form that you're in now.
yeah,
Oh, very good.
this is an aspect of me that has roots back to the source in in timeline speaking, but there is no existence of time, so it's hard to explain.
Understood.
But in a way, as we all related back, what we, both you and I, have a clearer connection back to that source that many other species don't have yet.
Understood. And who were all of the other ships that first engaged you when you first arrived?
They were showing up because they are here to help us now in this time and space we're receiving now, and they display that they are in synchronicity with what is going on, and they know exactly what they're doing and what they need to do to help us.
And what about the ones that came and then took off really quickly? That group.
They just were there to show that there are different races working together very closely to help us to this ascension. And why they took up off, I don't know.
Were
Maybe
they? Did they? Were those some of the images of their faces that flashed through your head, so you can just to see
yes.
who?
I saw their faces and their features very quickly. Yes, there was many different, even gray ones, as you like to call them on Earth. But this race is not the one that used to abduct people from Earth before.
Are
This,
these grays have these particular grays or the have souls?
yes,
Very good
they,
because
they do.
excellent,
They are not created from another species. They are originating out of several different species, but that merge together.
very good, excellent,
They are
and
very knowledgeable. They are very high developed, and but they are very intellectual. So they are the one that can put information together to bring out to make sense for light workers here, and they are the ones that are coming into our reality real soon. And they are a little bit taller than the original greys that are talked about. They are not that small. They are, I guess, 5 feet, 5 feet 6, 5 feet 7, something like that.
okay,
But they still have the same skin color as the gray we have seen before.
and of course,
Maybe a little lighter, maybe.
benevolent race, of course,
Definitely.
and the reason why, as he have as they've come forward, is there a message that they have? Do they know what you and I are doing in this moment?
They, the one that is standing in front of me now, is telling me that he's going to bring in an earthling, and soon. No, hang on. I'm going to bring in a recently earthling to come because your intention was to talk to this entity.
Is this Eric?
Yes, you can call him that, he said.
Okay. Is he there now, or do you still have more to share before he arrives?
No, he's coming out of that ship.
Oh, very good.
It's a it's a boy with he has a guitar on his back, and he's very thin, not skinny but thin,
Mm-hmm.
and smiling, and a whistling, whistling on a song. And
Recognize the song?
no, not really. It sounds like a country western or something like that.
Well, he's from Texas.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out as he gets closer.
Yeah, he's standing in front of me, and the other man is retrieving back to his ship again.
Excellent.
And now it's only one ship left. I didn't recognize when the other left.
Oh, perfect. And could you go ahead and introduce yourself and make a greeting? And do you know what your name is in that form?
Ankara, Ankara,
Anthra. Well,
Ank.
go ahead, Anthra, and introduce yourself then, please.
Don't you think I fucking know that? He said to me.
Ah. Say okay, and go ahead and ask him who is it. Who is he?
I used to be Eric, and I used to live in Texas, as you said. And
What's his
I
last
love
name?
I love medicine. What?
Did, did he just say his last name?
Med
Metis.
meds. Yeah, I think some Medhouse, Medis, something. Yeah,
Metis. That's it.
yeah.
Ask Eric. Does he know what we're doing? You and I.
Yes, don't you? You were the one that wanted to talk.
I did want to speak to you, Eric. So, are we going, Eric? Are you going to talk directly through Anthra, or, uh,
Yes, I
or
will. And I
okay,
was a little late because I was busy otherwise other places. So I'm sorry that I'm a little late, but I'm here now if you want to talk to me.
it's okay. And how does it feel to be multidimensional? Couldn't you have sent an aspect of yourself?
Yes, but then you shouldn't recognize me, I guess.
Okay,
This is an aspect of his part of his soul, of course.
understood. And what is his association with the ETs that brought him?
We are pals. We're having fun together. I like to have fun.
Oh, very good.
I like to play.
Does he remember the session I did with the woman from France who he said he connected? He told her about me.
He's shaking the head. I don't know. Don't you remember?
A couple of years ago. She was from France. She had two boys, and
Yeah, he said there is a lot of people talking to me all the time, and of course I remember that, but that is not more important than anyone else I talked to.
well, I didn't say that she was so important or so unimportant. I
No.
was just trying to establish, since we've met before, does he remember us connecting together
Yeah,
before?
he recognized your energy signature, yes.
Okay, very good.
And he's a little cheeky. He's Like
He's very cheeky.
he want to tease a little bit.
Oh, okay. Understood. Well, he said he connected me to that young lady, or he led her to me. And
Yeah,
so,
and that had significant then. He emphasized then.
yeah, that's true. I haven't heard from her since.
No,
Excellent. How is he? How is he doing?
who?
Eric, how is Eric doing? How,
He's
since,
fine. He's
okay.
just fine. A lot of things to work with. Try to help people that is writing a lot. Try to encourage my old family to keep going. And I also like to fuck with them sometimes. I think it's funny. They they see things disappear and they have no clue where it's gone, and I just hide it for them. It's funny.
Awesomeness. I noticed that his mom is connecting with a lot of different people to communicate with him.
Yes, she does. She he's saying she burns them out, but he's just teasing. He's just making a joke. She she
Understood.
wear she wears them out, so they need to have a vacation afterward. He's just kidding. Yeah.
I understood. I tried to connect with her to do a session so she can have a one-on-one with you the same way that Lars is having, but I think she's still afraid.
Yes, she's reluctant to. She's a believer, but can't not really integrate that with her mindset or her inner feelings as an birthing or a manifestation here now. She will
Under
come. She will come through in due time.
Well, I just tried. I just wanted him to know I did connect with her, and we
Yes,
did actually speak on social media, and
yes, and she had many opportunities to do this, but she chose to do this through channelers and psychic mediums to connect with me and talk with me, and that's fine.
absolutely. So, with that said, well, thank you for coming forward to have this communication with us today.
It's just fun to talk to you.
Uh, Now, when you look at the planet, and from your perspective now, how much of about the ascension process and all of the things that you hear the spiritual community speaking about today did you know before you passed?
Not that much because I was caught up in myself. I was, in a way, a prisoner inside of myself.
Understood.
So I had my personal troubles before that I dealt with on a daily basis, and that, of course, was an experience that I wanted to have, but I didn't recognize and understand that at the time. So maybe
Well,
I ended it before it was meant to be ended, really, but I think it was the only way for me then to cope with this.
I would have tried to have found you if I had an opportunity, for sure.
Yes.
Um, so now that you're on the other side and you have a much larger perception of what's taking place on the planet, uh, can you and you hear about this ascension process that everyone is talking about? Have you visited the New Earth, the 5D New Earth?
Oh man, this is just crazy what's going on here now, and I love it. Yes, I've been there. I've been everywhere where I can be.
And when you manifest in 5D Earth, I guess there's no such thing as time there. Is that would that be accurate?
Yes, you release that imagination of that there's a timeline. It's not. It's simultaneously going on, and you will understand that in a deeper way that many of you can do now. The time
Understood.
and space is just two aspects of the same thing. Time and
So,
space is connected together, and it's just as soon as you do a movement, you do a shift in time. So it's yes, it doesn't exist on a linear plane,
wow, very good. This is a
but you need
so
that. You need that to understand your reality. That's a tool for you to use when you interact with each other, because you in this density you need to say that we meet 5 o'clock outside this place. But when you are in this higher, you know that you're going to meet there 5 o'clock or whatever you call it. So,
absolutely.
so
And with that said, then can you perceive with because there's no time, all of the planet, everyone who's here physically in our linear time frame, still existing third dimensionally, some of us having a fifth dimensional vibration, but can you perceive the ascension process actually having happened and with our 5D energy bodies there? So, say for instance, can you experience your mom already on the other side of the ascension process, or the entire planet with everyone or whomever has decided to go with the shift? Can you experience them there?
yes, many of you have already risen to that vibration, but are not physically and mentally acknowledged and understood that. But you will come into a realization that you are not longer on that density, and it's going to be gradually for each and one of you, because you're also a singular being that has different agendas and tasks that you're taking up on yourself. And some of you are going to decide not to transcend, and
Us.
but everyone that is in this process are almost already risen to that frequency.
So, but and what I'm asking you is now is can you experience, say for instance, I know I'm going with this shift. Can you experience me there in the fifth dimension beyond this linear time frame in which I'm speaking from, where I'm actually there already?
Yes,
Okay,
I can meet you there, but you, where you are now, will have no knowledge of that. But I can meet you there whenever.
understood.
You can have a feeling of that meeting. You can have a subconscious understanding of it, but you will not remember it.
Totally understood. So have we met on that level then?
Yes,
Very good.
we danced together, you and I.
Yeah, I would love. Okay, awesome. I thought your human form was beautiful. I would love to dance with you.
I like to play my guitar, and I played and you dance.
Oh, very good. And I didn't know that you were a musician. Well, if you can look into I sing and I write and I dance. So I love that. What do you how do you foresee the planet though in the fifth after the ascension in your time frame, as far as the physically manifest fifth dimension where there's advanced technology? How do you see any of that?
It's coming into your reality slowly already now, and it's really hard to explain, but it's like you stepping on to a train that takes you to a new experience and new surroundings, and you will perceive the forest on a totally different level, the seas and the lakes, and you can interact with all living things in another way, on telepathically way, and on energetic plane also. So if it's like you're coming home feeling peace, and suddenly feel, oh, I'm home at last. It's like that feeling you get.
Amazing. So, where do you spend the majority of your time? Are you normally fifth dimensional, or are you going up seven, eight? Are you all over the place?
I still am very curious, and now when I'm not bound to my restricted mental state, I travel all over on a horizontal and a linear, on a horizontal and on a what? Up and down, side to side. He's showing me, pointing with his finger. I'm going up, I'm going down, I'm going left, I'm going right.
Okay, very good. And
Because there is no boundary. Wherever you want to be, there you can be. Just when you release your soul, as you can do with what you call out of body experience, it's when you release the soul from the density, you can travel whatever place you want to visit.
and after the shift, do you foresee people? Uh, uh, because you can see what we consider the future. Do you foresee people still using technology and still staying in that frame of mind for an extended period of time?
Yes, it's necessary for you to take it in step. And when I'm talking of release, it's release of all belief system, fear, and holding on to.
No, understood.
And yes, you're going to perceive this technology, and much of it you need to transport different items from place to place. You're going to perceive, or you're going to get technology in the area of healing and medicine, and in energy fields. And
How much?
this is coming into you already, but you may feel it's going really slow, but it's not. And it has not ever happened in this rate before in human lifetimes earlier. It's so much going on now that's just crazy.
Does
Fucking crazy.
Do you ever use any of the technology there, that fifth dimensional of this advanced technology, or how does it? How is it for someone who's literally have dropped their body? You, of course.
Yeah, I'm not so interested in this, but I have a awesome amplifier, and that's creating nice music for me.
Oh, very nice.
I like music.
Absolutely. So, what can you share with us about what you see going on the planet that no one has ever asked you? No one has ever asked you or thought about it that you would love to share.
The understanding of the closeness of the humankind, the understanding of being one, connect back to source in a way that you, it's almost like a religious uh, epiphany, but not towards God, towards each other. And you can see all of the love in each other that you all hold in your hearts, and that you all have had access to long time but choose to disconnect from. And that is something that is going to be a profound knowledge for you to reconnect to that again.
Oh, very good.
In,
And you say no one.
in a physical form, of course, you're going to meet people on the streets or on the squares or in buildings or in transports that you immediately recognize and connect to on that frequency and level. And yes, there are going to be physical, there are going to be transportation that's really out there for you to understand now. And yes, there is going to be way of healing and helping each other with. You're still going to. You still can break a leg that you need to get help to heal, and that is going to heal in a day.
Do you think that after the planet makes the shift and everyone who has decided to make the shift, and I know it's going to happen, I mean, but after it's actually happened and we're no longer focused here, we will, of course, still maintain a physical body as long as we decide to hold on to a physical body in 5D. Uh, does that sound accurate thus far?
Yeah, most of you will have a physical appearance in 5D. When you decide to let go of that, you will uh, ascend to a higher density and level, may say seventh. And the seventh dimension, you will not have any need of a body because everything is happening on the soul level and on that in that energy area.
Understood. So check this out then. After we do make this shift and we still, say, for instance, have our 5D bodies, you having passed, would you be able to lower your vibration to a 5D body to have literally physical interactions with people again? Or since you've already passed that, that won't be possible. You'll just be able to like come in like a hologram.
I have to say I'm not sure, but you will not ever have that need or thought that you want to do that. You interact with them on an energetic level, and that's good enough for you. You're not there to hug them or fuck them. It's
Well, yeah, but you said that one of the most things that you missed the most was being able to have your penis, and you're like, so I'm like, well, as soon as we shift 5D, will you be able? Because there'll be physical 5Ds there for you. Could you lower your vibration to take on a physical form and to actually do that? I'm asking you personally, would you be able to do that, or you just don't know because this thing has never happened before
I don't know because I haven't had that feeling of thought. And
lately?
lately, I had that in 3D dimension, but after passing over, I don't need it because you don't need your penis here.
I
You
understand,
you
but I'm
can.
just going by what you said. I listened to when you first started coming through with that young lady. I really liked it, and I listened to everything. But now, since your mom has switched up with all these other people, some of them I can't listen to. As a matter of fact, I unsubscribed because I was like, "What are they saying?"
I
Anyway,
know it can. It sometimes it don't make sense even for me what they are talking about because they are far out of how it's really are.
okay, I'm so glad you said that because I'm like, what is Eric doing? Is he just sitting there and just letting this conversation take place? And he's just like, okay, well, just whatever. As long as mom's happy, I'm happy. So it doesn't matter.
I do that sometimes, yes,
Okay.
because there's no meaning in interrupting uh, that experience that are they are involved in that moment. So I just let it pass.
Well, my third dimensional ego self says, as long as she's not spending her hard earned money on those guys in order to get them to do those things, then that will be fine. But
Sure.
I have Harry Potter syndrome sometimes. I'm like, you guys don't take advantage of Eric's mom. You know what I mean? Because
I will not let them to do that.
Oh, good.
I'm still there
So
taking care of my siblings and my mother.
very good. And oh, here's a question that we had. Everyone's been talking about this Mandela effect, the Mandela effect. I keep hearing it over and over, and I even had one of the subscribers ask me to talk about it, and Lars said I think you had mentioned it to him a few days ago. So what can you enlighten us on about the Mandela effect, literally coming from you and no one else? Just what
I want to share with you that there is a misconception. Why it's called Mandela Effect is that you, the collective or many in groups have different kind of memories of what really took place and taking place. And that is like many of you people there thought that Mandela died in prison when in fact he was living on and being the prime minister of South Africa a long time after he was released. But he also died in prison. But that is in another dimension that affected some of your memory. So it's not wrong. All this taking place at the same time. And because of the high frequency now, there can be a little bit of disturbance between dimensions and energy field
the
that
bleed through?
yes, exactly, it's bleed through, it's leaking, it's interact on a quantum level.
Understood.
So I want to say that I have had this discussion before with people, and I just want them to understand that this is totally natural and it's happening, but you need not to arguing about it as many do. It's just a it's just a matter of your conception of what is of your accept. No, what did you say? It just matter how you perceive it. That is real for you, and that is taking place because everything happens simultaneously on different level. So every decision that you ever make in one life is it's going to have effect on all of your other aspects in different levels and different dimensions. So that is what it's all about. It's about groups having totally different memory, if we call it, of a happening or something like that. That is just because there is a leak between the dimension and understanding of what's really happened.
What's really interesting is, was it literally named after Mandela? Because that was the first thing that sort of entered my mind. I wrote the word Mandela effect down because Lars said you mentioned it to him, and then just as I looked at the word before, I said, "Oh, I remember." I was thinking, what does that have to do with? Does it have anything to do with Nelson Mandela? And then all of a sudden, you start saying, that. So was that named after him or something?
That was named after the perception of many thought he was dead in prison.
Okay, understood. Okay,
So
so it was
it was
okay.
just that he was carrying that likeness or that he gave the name to that because it was obvious for the first time for many of you that there was many different uh, experience
Versions.
of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. So, as far as the ETs that are around the planet, and how, like, before you pass, did you ever see any UFOs or anything like that at all?
No, I did not because I was so filled up with medicine. So I
Okay.
was totally enclosed in myself.
And so now that you look back at the earth and you see everything that's going on, and all the different concepts or whatever, how much access do you have to the truth of what's really going on here on the planet? Can you see it for what it really is? I mean, like even right now, I'm in Texas, Houston, your hometown. Lars is in Sweden, and we're on this computer on Skype, obviously, and we're doing this guided visualization, and we're speaking to you, and you're on the other side of the veil, literally. Can you see us in our? Can you see us where we are? Not like visually, but or well, even visually. And I'm not going to ask you
Sure,
what.
I'm connecting with you now, so why shouldn't I? Yes. And the importance is to understand that what is happening now is happening in the future and in the past and now.
Yeah.
So that can be a little hard for someone to swallow, but he's he's saying, "What the fuck not? Of course we do." And he said, "Man, that's crazy. What's going on?" like that. Uh,
Okay, so what about shadow government? I mean, I heard some of the stuff that you guys have talked about. Can you now see that for what it really is when they what they call the shadow government, the government behind the government that's pulling the strings?
Fuck that shit. We're going to get rid of them soon. They are losing power.
Are
Really.
they dissipating with the energy rise?
Yes. It's like they're treading water now. They are. Some of them are desperate because this is happening, and they cannot longer hide it. For the collective, it's not possible. They are treading water.
And what do you think about the underwater civilizations and the underground civilizations? Are those entities in different vibrations in the same third dimensional vibration as we are, or are they in different dimensional vibrations?
They
Or
come.
are there?
They're coming in and out of vibrations, and when they're coming in third dimension and going into the different areas in your ocean, and but there they interact on a different level. So they are not they are not directly. If you should see them with your eyes, you shouldn't see them, but you can perceive them through photographs and see different imprints of it going on. And yes, and but the most of them that is here now interact is here to help the planet to heal, the planet to adjust to the frequency, because
Oh,
it's also
excellent.
very much affected of what is going on now.
And what about the all the there's lots of extraterrestrials and ships and armadas around the planet. What's going on the other side of the moon?
Wait, I'm going there.
Oh, good.
I can see nothing going on here for the moment. What should go on here? There's some things coming and going. There's ships coming and going. But it's
Where
just
are they coming and that's we know they're coming. There's a lot of film of them coming and going, but where are they coming and going from? Are they just hiding over there, or that's just the best side of the place to be on, or what's going on? What's over there?
it's just for not stir up a storm, stir up, fight. It's just for not frightening people and the science on your planet, because they shouldn't now understand it because they're also stuck in the 3D world, so they have hard time to imagining anything else outside that.
Oh, good. So, are there any bases or anything over there on that side?
No, not really. It's places that earlier in life or earlier in time in a long time back in your history, there
Okay.
were bases here, and they are still physically here, but not used as bases. They just land, hide a little bit on the dark side because they don't want the masses to start screaming and being afraid and occupy roofs with the signs or anything like that. They
So
just
with everything that the human race has been through, do you absolutely think that everyone will panic? I mean, I know they tell us this all the time. You're gonna panic. You're gonna panic. I mean, it's almost like they're trying to brainwash us to say you definitely have to panic. Do you think we're really gonna panic? I
no,
mean, we've been through
no,
World War I, World War III. We've been through the 9/11. Do you really think we're gonna panic?
no. Many of you will, but
Okay.
that the ones that will do that are the ones they are non-believer in anything outside their own senses. They will have a hard time with this because it's like, what if I have been wrong all my life? But
Okay.
so that will take the manifestation of fear, but not in near the level that the government want to uh, say to you that they don't say that right up, but the consensus is that we're not revealing it because it's going to create a hysterical panic all over there. No, it will not. And
Because they keep making the movies to try and put that in everyone's head. It seems.
yes, I saw that kind of movies. It's just stupid. They're always full of weapon. All of this killing, they're coming to get you. No, they're coming to give you love, and that is what you need. You don't need new guns. You already have that shit to killing each other over and over and over again. So why? It's just stupid. No, they coming in here from all over this universe to help you to transcend this to this, so you can connect them on a can I say on a human plane with no hostile intent in your heart.
Understood. Very good. So, what's up with all these people talking about the secret space program and all of that? What's that? Well, how do you see that from your perspective? I mean, you have some pretty prominent so-called spiritual people saying that there's a lot of people saying that even Barbara Marciniak is saying that there's extraterrestrials running the government. They're saying that they have secret space programs. What do you see when you hear all that from your
Yeah,
perspective?
it's some of you are having this desire to be noticed and seen. It's like an actor on a scene. You want to
Um,
people to see you.
they'll
And
go to
and if this
lengths.
should be the purpose of all this coming in, you know, the entities we're talking about here of millions of years in front of you technically, they can sit home in the couches, push a button, and eliminate all of your fucking planet at once. So it's
Exactly.
just stupid to think in that way. I think it's crazy. Let go of that and don't listen to that shit.
Very good. Now I see why Lars really wanted to have communication, not like, with you, or why you two sort of hooked up together. And
Yeah,
I,
we played guitar together yesterday, but he didn't know that. But I gave him some really cool chords.
see, he spoke up. He has never spoke about this music with me, but it keeps coming up in these sessions or whatever. I mean, I know he knows I sing and that whole thing, but I guess this will be a conversation we'll have afterwards. Um,
He's been busy working with you and with his own task, and so he has had that on the shelf for a while. But he's been playing all his life, and he's have been in different groups. but that has not been in his um mind for a while now. But it's taking place, and he needs it. He needs to reconnect to music, and that is coming in more and more for him now.
I have one question that it's been something that I've been interested in since I was a little kid, uh, literally since I was a little kid. And I've always been totally fascinated with Bigfoot. I'm from Ohio, and there's lots of woods. And even when I'd go camping as a little kid, the only thing I thought about was, uh, well, I thought a lot about Bigfoot. And so, I mean, I really did. It was ridiculous, but I saw a session where your mom had did, and they were asking about Bigfoot. That's my last question today. Lars only wanted to be here for an hour, and we just met an hour. And what can you absolutely say about Bigfoot? And please share as much as you can, if you would, please. Or Yeti or Sasquatch, you know what I mean?
If I should linger on just one or two species, I can say like this: there has been, there is going to be, and there are many different kind of life on your planet that you not have in the masses recognized, but that is also coming into your awareness now when you transcend and the hostility is gone, because those species of living forms that are manifested as they try to avoid people because they usually bring weapons when they go out in the forest, and that's not good for anyone. So I want to say to you that yes, there's a lot of things that exist that you're not aware of in your everyday life, and there will be much more revealed of living other living forms on your planet that no one talks about yet because they haven't been seen yet by humans.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, like I said, I've been always been extremely fascinated with Sasquatch, and of course, I don't want them to catch them, and I don't think they ever will catch them. And hopefully, we will shift into the fifth dimension before anyone has any true interactions with them, because I know the vibration will be high enough for us to be able to cohabitate together. That's what my desire is.
And you have to understand that those creatures, as you call them, are able to come out and in existence and manifestation and travel dimensionally also already now. So suddenly you can see someone, wow, I saw something, but it's gone. Yes, they have this ability because they are not bound to the 3D energy fields.
So as you guys are communicating right now, say for instance for you, Eric, are you standing or are you floating or how are you manifesting literally?
I show myself for this instrument as a manifested being now. I have my guitar on my back, and that was just to relate back to him and got his mindset in the right frequency, yes.
And Lars is still there with you, manifest as a Anthra, as a ET as well.
Yes,
Is-
but I see him more on a spiritual level, on a soul level.
oh, okay, very good. And is the ship still waiting for you behind you?
Now they're gone.
Okay. And you know what? I have a friend. She's a fairy, and her name is Galinda. Galinda, and I haven't spoken to Galinda for a really long time. Uh, could you call Galinda forward? Because I don't think Lars has ever met her, and I really would love for him to meet Galinda. Uh, She's pretty amazing, and it's been a long while since I've connected with her.
I try to call on that energy. The only thing I can see now is a lot of small girls dancing in a fog.
Yes,
It's like they are having these ballet skirts.
very good. And just what color is that? That's all I need to know. Whatever color does that whole scene look like to you?
It's at the pinkish, bluish. It's shifting a bit. It's shifting a little bit like the rainbow in and
Okay,
out. Yeah, so I can't say that one color is more present than another for the moment.
okay.
How
And
how do you perceive that reality in your experience? Is this pinkish? No.
are you talking to, Eric, or are you talking who? I don't know who's talking. I don't know.
He talking to Lars.
Oh, okay.
He say pinkish and then purple.
Well, can both of you just call for Galinda and see if she comes forward? Just say Galinda.
Linda,
She's fast.
can you come? There's someone coming dancing or almost floating. She's a little, oh, she's a little bit like in that fairy tale of
It's okay. She can, however she
they
comes forward. I don't want
they
to have a long conversation. I just want her to
no,
come forward.
they seems like they don't want to come too close now. They stay in a little bit of distance, but
Okay.
there's one floating, almost floating in front of the others, and they giggling and laughing and dancing and
Well, can you guys just say, hey, Galinda, Hank says hello? Both of you or one of you.
and they say in one voice, "We talk to you soon, and we love you."
Okay, go dance.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming forward.
yes. I don't know why they didn't want to come close.
Because it's Eric's day, and Eric is, this is, we had a desire to speak to Eric, and I never told her that I was. Well, a lot of times she would literally just pop into the sessions or whatever, and so as long as you have a glimpse of her and she's looking like she's having a good time, she's that's all that matters for me. So
Yes.
we'll
Uh,
set the intention
uh,
next time.
and I had to say I would like you to name a day after me. So Eric name was a good thing. Eric Day, Eric Day. Yeah, like yeah, that sounds good. It's
That's what
just
I'm going to call this video.
yeah,
Eric's day with Hank and Lars.
yes. And you know, I'm playing for the animals now, and you have to understand that they are so appreciating of that because that is frequency, that is vibration, and to getting through to the animals, you should understand that you can't use your voice. You need to use your intuition and your frequency to connect with them, and that's the way they communicate between species. So that you can do and you will do when you one day transcend. And you will understand this on a deep, deep level. And I'm playing for them. I played in a field yesterday. There were a lot of cows, and they come all the way to the fence listening to me playing. There were others, musicians here also playing violins, tubas and trumpets and all thing, and they really liked it. They're standing there for hours listening.
Oh, amazing. So I have four dogs. And I always telepathically send messages to them. And
Yes. You should play for them. Put on some music.
Ah, very good.
They'll
Excellent idea.
Animal loves it. Not maybe too much hard rock because that frequency is a little bit of tune.
Well, yeah, you
For,
know I'm not going to play any of that kind of music. Well, maybe you don't. Well, I know you're talking to everyone, not just me. So,
yeah.
uh, absolutely.
So if you have an instrument or if you can take a tune, go out and play for the animals. They like it.
Cool. I'll sing. Well,
Yes.
we're extremely happy to have an opportunity to speak with you today, um, Eric. Very, very pleased. And thank you very much for clarifying the information about the Mandela effect. And if you have a desire to share anything else right now before I bring Lars out, his hour is up. And
I want to push on that. It's necessary for you to reconnect with your memory that you had before you manifested, and also to understand that the future, the now, and the past exist simultaneously. It's not separated by a timeline. It's just separated by a space, and that space and time is one thing. And you will soon understand that, all of you. That is what I'd like to leave with you.
can you imagine us being able to experience that? You say everyone says soon, of course, before 2017.
Maybe a little longer. Many of you are going to do that already now, in the end of this year. Some of you are going to do that in 2017, and some of you are taking a little bit longer in a linear time. But it's all happening now.
Excellent. Okay, well, Eric, thank you very much. And you can send some love to your mom, and I'm sure she'll receive it because someone will probably hear this and go, "Oh my God, Alyssa, someone was talking to your son again, and you should hear it or whatever." So hopefully they find her ears, and I can just tell every time she I always feel like she's gonna cry at any moment. Every time I ever hear her in any of her productions about you, it just seems, and my heart goes out for her. So,
Yeah, and I want to send to her, "Hi, Mom, I love you. I'm off. I'm going to do a belt buckle with an armadillo today."
oh, very good, very, very good. Okay,
you,
and
you should see the face of Lars. He has no fucking clue what that is.
oh yeah, he's not from Texas, so he is not from Texas, so that probably went over his head.
Yes.
Very good. So we're